Hello guys, in this video we shall talk about roots of unity. We shall talk about x to the power 3 equals to 1. We will talk about roots of this equation, and then we'll talk about a general equation which is x to the power n equals to 1, and we'll find the possible roots and we'll interpret the roots of a unity geometrically. So in this video we shall talk about geometry of nth root of unity. Okay, so let's get started. So first we are going to talk about cube root of unity. So cube root of unity. Okay, cube root of unity means x equals to 1 to the power 1 by 3, which we can write as x cube equals to 1. And here we are asking that are there any solutions of this equation satisfying these equations. So of course there are many solutions, and we can actually find that by simple algebraic operations. So I will break this in the form of a cube minus b cube. So this is x minus 1, this is x square plus of x and plus of 1 equals to 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0 or both are 0. So this will give us x equals to 1, and this will give us x equals to minus 1 plus minus iota root 3 by 2. Okay, so we have three values of x. First is 1, second is minus half plus iota root 3 by 2, and third one is minus half minus iota root 3 by 2. Okay, so these are the three roots. We can write this in the form of our trigonometric form. So this can be written as cos 0 degree 0 plus iota sine 0. This can be written as argument is 2 pi by 3, so this can be written as cos 2 pi by 3 plus iota sine 2 pi by 3, and this can be written as cos minus 2 pi by 3 plus iota sine minus 2 pi by 3. But here if we this is the principal argument, but we can also write this as cos 4 pi by 3 plus iota sine 4 pi by 3. Okay, now we'll plot this geometrically to find out that what we are getting. Okay, but before that we'll see that what this equation actually states. So x cube equals to 1. This implies that mod x cube equals to 1. This implies that mod x whole cube equals to 1. This implies that mod x equals to 1. So this is actually a circle of radius 1 units. Okay, now we will plot it. So this is a circle, okay, of 1 unit. So this is 1, this is 1 also, this is 1 also, and this is 1 also, but this is minus iota and this is plus iota, this is 1 and this is minus 1. Okay, so our one root is 1, so this is our one root, of course. Okay, our second root is minus half, so somewhere here, and plus iota root 3 by 2, so somewhere here. Okay, this is minus half plus iota root 3 by 2, and another root is minus half minus iota root 3 by 2, so this is minus half minus iota root 3 by 2. So these are our three roots, this and this. So, and if we join this, we will see that we are getting a regular polygon of 3 sides. Okay, so we are getting a regular polygon of 3 sides, and all these angles, if you find out the angles, so but before that, if you join this with center, all these angles, this is 2 pi by 3, this is also 2 pi by 3, this is 2 pi by 3, and we can actually verify it. So in this equation, this is 0 degree, so it is verifying. Our second root is cos 2 pi by 3, so it is 2 pi by 3 here, and our third root is minus 2 pi by 3, so you go minus 2 pi by 3 or 4 pi by 3, so you go either minus 2 pi by 3 satisfying this equation, or 4 pi by 3, we will reach the same point satisfying this equation. Okay, so for cube root of unity, we will get a regular polygon of 3 sides, which will be essentially an equilateral triangle. So that's it, and now we will talk about x to the power 4 equals to 1, and we will talk about geometrical interpretation of that equation. Okay, so let's talk about that. So now we shall talk about second equation. So let's talk about that. So we will talk about x equals to 1 to the power 1 by 4. Okay, so x to the power 4 equals to 1. We are actually asking that, are there any solutions to this equation, satisfying these equations? So of course there are. So, and we can actually find that using very simple algebraic expressions. So we will expand this as x square minus 1 and x square plus 1 equals to 0. So from this we will get x equals to plus minus 1, and we can write this actually as we can write plus 1 as x square minus of iota square. Okay, so this will give us our roots x equals to plus minus iota. So we are getting 4 roots, x equals to 1 minus 1 iota and minus iota. We are getting 4 roots here, and these are those 4 roots. Okay, 1 minus 1 iota and minus iota. And now we shall actually plot this to show and to verify its geometrical significance. Okay, so let's talk about that. So our roots are 1, so this is 1, iota, so this is iota, minus 1, so this is minus 1, and this is minus iota. Okay, we can also write this as cos 0 plus iota sine 0. We can write this as cos pi by 2 plus iota sine pi by 2. We can also write this as cos pi plus iota sine pi, and we can also write this as cos 4 pi by 2 plus iota sine this is actually 6 pi by 4, iota sine 6 pi by 4. Okay, if we see, we can write pi actually as, if you want to write, we can write pi as 4 pi by 4, we can write pi by 2 as 4 pi by 2, and we can write this as 6 pi by 4. Okay, so these are our roots. If we join these roots, let's see what we are getting. As expected, we are getting a quadrilateral polygon of a regular polygon of 4 sides. Okay, and with angle 90 degrees. In case of cube root of unity, the central angle was divided by factor 3, and in equation x to the power 4 equals to 1, the central angle is divided by 4, by factor 4. So this is the geometrical interpretation. So for equation x to the power 5 equals to 1, we can actually think that it will be a regular polygon of 5 sides with central angle divided by factor 5. And similarly for equation x to the power 6 equals to 1, we can think that the geometry will be a regular polygon of 6 side with the central angle divided by factor 6. Okay, so now we shall generalize this for nth root of unity, and we can actually put n equals to 1, 2, 3 to get all these respective equations. So let's talk about that. But before talking about this equation, let's talk about something very basic which we learned right now about this equation, and then we will actually intuitively imagine the roots of equation x to the power n equals to 1. So x to the power n equals to 1. So these three equations we are going to deal with. So here our first root was x equals to cos 0 plus iota sine 0, which is actually 1. Our second root was cos 2 pi by 3 plus iota sine 2 pi by 3. Our third root was cos 4 pi by 3. Actually it was cos 4 pi by 3 plus iota sine 4 pi by 3. Okay, so this was minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2, and this was minus 1 by 2 minus iota root 3 by 2. Here our first root was cos 0 plus iota sine 0, okay, which is actually 1. Our second root was cos pi by 2 plus iota sine pi by 2, which is actually I. Okay, but pi by 2, if we multiply it by 2 by 2, we will actually get cos 2 pi by 4 plus iota sine 2 pi by 4. Okay, similarly our third root was in this respective equation, our third root was cos pi plus iota sine pi. This was actually minus 1, and we can actually also write this in this form: cos 4 pi by 4 plus iota sine 4 pi by 4. Okay, our fourth root was cos 3 pi by 2 plus iota sine 3 pi by 2. We can also write this as in the form of cos 6 pi by 4 plus iota sine 6 pi by 4. Okay, now we can actually see that for the equation x to the power 3 equals to 1, the denominator is 3. We are manipulating angles in such a way that denominator is always 3. So 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 here, instead of writing as minus 2 pi by 3, we wrote 4 pi by 3. Okay, so in the same way, in the equation x to the power 4 equals to 1, we will manipulate the argument in such a way that the denominator comes always 4. Here, because power was 3, so denominator was 3. Here the power is 4, so denominator is 4. So this is 2 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, and this is 4 pi by 4, and this is 6 pi by 4. We can see that there is always a difference is always let's see, the difference is 2 pi by 4. Okay, that is pi by 2. Here the difference is 2 pi by 3, because the central angle was divided by factor 3. Here the central angle is divided by factor 4, so the difference is 2 pi by 4, that is equals to pi by 2. Similarly, the equation is x to the power n equals to 1. So here our roots will be x equals to, our roots will be cos 2k pi plus 2k pi by n, because we have to manipulate argument in such a way that denominator comes equals to the power of x plus iota sine 2k pi by n. So this is our root, and here we shall put k equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 all the way up to n, to get our all the roots. And if we shall plot this in Argand plane, we will get actually a polygon of n side, a regular polygon of n side. So this will be our polygon, and similarly this will be our. And interestingly, we can also verify that these points are conjugate of each other, these points are also conjugate of each other, these points are also conjugate of each other, these points are also conjugate of each other. So, and again we can also verify that the central angle will be divided by factor n. Okay, so these angles will be 2 pi by n, this angle will be also 2 pi by n, this angle will be also 2 pi by n. So that's all about nth root of unity. Okay, so let's talk about one of the properties of nth root of unity. Okay, so let's talk about that, and then we will wrap up. Now this is the question that is being asked to us, that what is the sum of roots of equation x to the power n equals to 1. Okay, so as we know, so let's solve it. We can actually, this is very easy and very easily solved question, but let me explain it to you. The equation that is given to us is x to the power n equals to 1. We can also write this as x to the power n minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, we know that the roots are, so x equals to, we know the roots are cos 2k pi by n plus iota sine 2k pi by n. Okay, where k equals to 0, 1, 2 all the way up to n. Okay, so this is k. But interestingly, we know with the theory of equations that sum of roots equals to minus times of coefficient of x to the power n minus 1 upon coefficient of x to the power n. But in this equation, the coefficient of x to the power n minus 1 is 0, therefore sum of roots will be 0. So this is one of the observations that we can make from above discussion of our problem. So I hope this would help you. So that's all for today. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.